Imagine a battlefield with no soldiers, no pilots, just cold, calculating machines striking from the sky. Welcome back to Machine Squad. Today, we're diving into the terrifying rise of combat drones, and how these flying assassins are rewriting the rules of war. Modern warfare is no longer just about boots on the ground or fighter jets in the sky. Enter the age of killer drones, unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, that can track, hunt, and destroy targets without risking a single soldier's life. From the Turkish Bayraktar TB2 to the American MQ-9 Reaper, combat drones are changing the future of military power. In this video, we explore the deadliest drones, the technology behind them, and the global drone arms race that's pushing warfare into uncharted territory. The drone revolution has begun. War is evolving. From ancient swords to modern missiles, every century has its weapon of power. But today, that weapon has no cockpit, no pilot, and no fear. It's the combat drone. Unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAVs, are no longer just surveillance tools. They are fully armed, autonomous strike machines that can fly thousands of miles, lock onto targets with AI precision, and deliver deadly payloads, all without risking a single human operator. This isn't the future. This is now. From the deserts of the Middle East to the frozen plains of Eastern Europe, combat drones are reshaping how wars are fought. Governments are racing to build faster, deadlier, and smarter drones. Some are even testing swarms, hundreds of mini drones that move and strike like an unstoppable hive. And here's the scary part, anyone with enough money can buy one. Today on Machine Squad, we'll reveal the most powerful combat drones in service today. How drones are hunted and destroyed. The terrifying future of drone warfare, including autonomous swarms. And who's winning the global drone arms race? Whether you're a military enthusiast or just curious about the future of combat, strap in. The skies are no longer safe, and the battlefield has changed forever. Combat drones didn't appear overnight. It started with surveillance. Back in the 1990s, the US used the RQ-1 Predator, a relatively slow drone with cameras and limited payload. But its success in Kosovo and Afghanistan opened the floodgates. Soon, Predators were flying with Hellfire missiles. The MQ-9 Reaper, its successor, was faster, stronger, and capable of longer missions. The Reaper could loiter over enemy territory for 27 hours and strike targets instantly, all controlled remotely from thousands of miles away. But the game changed during the 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh War. Azerbaijan used Turkish-made Bayraktar TB2 drones to devastating effect. These low-cost drones destroyed tanks, air defense systems, and entire convoys, turning the tide of battle. Suddenly, small nations realized they didn't need a massive air force, just a fleet of drones. China entered the scene with wing-long drones, offering countries like Saudi Arabia and the UAE a cheaper alternative to US and Israeli tech. Iran started using Shahid-136 suicide drones, which Russia later deployed in Ukraine to bypass traditional air defense. From recon to assault, kamikaze to stealth, drones have become a permanent weapon class in modern arsenals. 1. MQ-9 Reaper, USA. Let's start with the king of the skies, the MQ-9 Reaper. Developed by General Atomics for the U.S. Air Force, the Reaper is more than just a drone, it's a full-blown aerial hunter. With a wingspan of 66 feet, it can carry 14 Hellfire missiles, GBU-12 Paveway-2 laser-guided bombs, and GBU-38 dams. Its endurance? A staggering 27 hours of continuous flight. But what makes the Reaper deadly is how it's used. Controlled from thousands of miles away, often from bunkers in Nevada, Reapers have executed hundreds of high-value missions, eliminating ISIS leaders, Taliban commanders, and even targeting Iranian General Qasem Soleimani in 2020. Stealthy, persistent, and surgical, the Reaper is a nightmare for anyone being watched. 2. Bayraktar TB2, Turkey. What it lacks in size, it makes up for in battlefield impact. The Bayraktar TB2, developed by Turkey's Bayraktar Technologies, became a global sensation during the 2020 conflict in Nagorno-Karabakh. Armed with MAML smart micro-munitions, the TB2 destroyed Armenian tanks, artillery, and air defense systems, often while recording it all on HD video. Ukraine used the TB2 to devastating effect early in the war against Russia, even hitting naval vessels in the Black Sea. Costing under $5 million, it's the AK-47 of combat drones, affordable, reliable, and deadly. 3. Shahed 136, Iran/Russia. This one's not elegant, but it's terrifying. Nicknamed the kamikaze drone, the Shahed 136 is essentially a flying bomb. Once launched, it loiters and then slams into its target with a warhead payload of around 50 kilograms. Russia has used hundreds of these in Ukraine, launching wave after wave to overwhelm defenses. At $20,000 a unit, they're cheap enough to be used in mass, creating a new kind of aerial threat, saturation drone attacks. No radar. No pilot. Just a buzzing death from the sky. 4. CH-5 Rainbow, China. China's CH-5 looks like a copy of the MQ-9 Reaper, and for good reason. With similar dimensions and capabilities, the CH-5 can carry up to 16 missiles and stay airborne for up to 60 hours. Its biggest advantage? Exportability. Countries like Egypt and Saudi Arabia have adopted it as an alternative to restricted U.S. models. It's part of China's push to become the #1 drone exporter in the world, and the CH-5 is its flagship weapon. 5. Elbit Hermes 900, Israel. Israel is one of the most advanced drone powers in the world, and the Hermes 900 is proof. With a payload of 350 kilograms, it can carry a wide range of surveillance gear and guided weapons. Used by the Israeli Defense Forces, it has seen action in Gaza, Syria, and beyond. It's also been exported to Colombia, Brazil, and Switzerland, proving that the drone market isn't just about who builds them, it's who uses them strategically. As drones dominate the skies, defenders are scrambling to keep up. A new arms race has begun, drones versus air defense systems. Let's be clear, traditional air defense wasn't built for this. Systems like the Russian S-300, S-400, or the American Patriot missile systems were designed to shoot down fighter jets, not swarms of low-flying, slow-moving drones that cost a fraction of what a single interceptor missile does. Example. In Ukraine, Russian forces fired missiles worth $1 million to shoot down Shahed drones that cost just $20,000. That's not sustainable. This imbalance has forced innovation. Laser and microwave defense. The U.S. Army is developing directed energy weapons, lasers that can melt drone components mid-air. The DEM SHORAD system mounts a 50-kilowatt laser on a Stryker vehicle, capable of silently destroying drones within seconds. Israel's Iron Beam system also uses lasers to target incoming drones and rockets without the explosive cost of traditional missiles. Microwave weapons are being tested too. These emit high-powered pulses that fry drone electronics in an instant, no explosion, just lights out. Jamming and electronic warfare. Sometimes, the best way to bring down a drone is to hijack it. Electronic warfare units use signal jamming to disrupt GPS and communications, forcing drones to crash or return home. The U.S. Navy's Drone Defender rifle and Russia's Repellent One system are just a few tools being used in this invisible battle. Even small handheld devices can now jam mini drones, a glimpse of how this tech is going mainstream. The rise of counter-drone drones. Yes, we're now using drones to kill drones. Specialized UAVs with nets, kinetic arms, or onboard weapons are being developed to intercept enemy drones mid-air. These aerial hunters are fast, maneuverable, and AI-guided. It's a chess match above the battlefield, drones strike, defenses adapt, then new drones are built to beat those defenses. This is the new cat-and-mouse game of 21st century warfare. What happens when drones no longer need human pilots? When they make decisions, choose targets, and strike, all on their own. Welcome to the age of autonomous warfare. Military forces around the world are integrating artificial intelligence into UAV operations. These drones don't just follow orders, they think. AI can process video feeds, identify enemy units, dodge obstacles, and adapt in real time, all faster than any human operator. This means a drone can detect a convoy, identify the high-value target, and destroy it, without a single radio signal back to base. Drone swarms, the next big threat. Now imagine not one drone, but hundreds. That's the concept behind drone swarms, AI-controlled groups of mini-drones that move like flocks of birds, communicating and coordinating their attacks as one. China, the US, and Russia are all testing swarm tech. These swarms can overwhelm air defenses, confuse radar systems, self-heal when members are shot down, carry multiple types of weapons or sensors. In 2021, the U.S. Air Force launched Golden Horde, an AI drone program where munitions can communicate mid-flight and alter their mission, even deciding which target each missile should hit. A single swarm could destroy a tank column, eliminate radar stations, and disrupt enemy command in seconds. And the worst part? Once released, they might not even need human permission to strike. The ethical nightmare. Autonomous drones raise deep ethical questions. Who's responsible when AI kills civilians? Should a machine be allowed to make a kill decision? What happens if AI malfunctions or is hacked? These aren't sci-fi questions anymore, they're military briefings happening right now. The future of drone warfare may not involve humans at all. And that's both terrifying and inevitable. The battlefield is no longer just land, sea, and air, it's data, AI, and autonomy. And combat drones sit right in the middle of it all. The nations that dominate the skies will dominate the wars of the future. But not with fighter jets, with UAVs that don't blink, don't sleep, and don't hesitate. Global drone arms race. Right now, dozens of countries are in an arms race for the best drones. The US leads in high-tech systems like the MQ-9 and XQ-58 Valkyrie. China is rapidly mass-producing and exporting its drones worldwide. Turkey has become a drone superpower almost overnight with the Bayraktar series. Iran and Russia focus on cheap, expendable kamikaze drones that flood enemy skies. Even small countries are getting involved. The barrier to entry is low, and the potential impact is huge. Drones in the next war. In the next major war, drones won't be support units, they'll be the main force. Swarms of AI-controlled mini-drones will lead the first wave. Kamikaze drones will hunt command vehicles and air defenses. Stealth drones will deliver critical intel in real time. And heavy combat UAVs will engage enemy armor and aircraft without risking pilots. The war of tomorrow will be fast, precise, and fought with machines, not men. The final warning. But here's the question no one wants to ask: what happens when these weapons fall into the wrong hands? Terrorist groups, rogue states, mercenary armies. With the right money, anyone could field an air force of drones, no training, no airbases, no limits. That's the dark side of drone warfare. Power is no longer limited to superpowers. In the age of killer drones, anyone can rule the sky. So what do you think? Are drones the ultimate equalizer, saving lives by keeping soldiers off the battlefield? Or are we opening Pandora's box, where machines wage war with no conscience? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Machine Squad for more deep dives into the weapons and war machines reshaping our world. The age of the combat drone is here. And it's only getting deadlier. Until next time, keep your eyes on the sky, because the next threat may not have a pilot.